So sorry, Tyler is not here to lend an ear, so... So why are we in your car?
Well, it's winter, so it's too cold to film in the garage. We're going to the library.
Didn't you get kicked out of the library?
Different library.
Oh, okay.
Dead Men Tell No Tales, the fifth film in the Pirates of the Caribbean series. In my casual reviews episode on this movie, I promised a proper review of it someday, and here we are. I did look forward to seeing this movie, but to be honest, I got way more hyped when I heard that the third film was being adapted for use in Kingdom Hearts 3. And can I just say that I am so happy that game is a tangible reality after all these freaking years.
I agree. Sadly, I still have some games to catch up on.
The HD remixes have been out for years, dude.
At first, I wasn't sure what to make of another sequel. I loved the original trilogy. The fourth film was fun, but it lacked impact compared to the previous movies, and it felt mostly unnecessary. I expect the same from this one, but maybe the 6-year wait means they took their time to get it right.
And hey, sometimes it's good to wait for a sequel. Wouldn't want to get seasick from the series.
That was terrible, but it was also topical, so I'm gonna let it slide. Do not test me further, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go overboard.
You son of a—
This is Dead Man Tell No Tales.
The movie opens with a boy weighing himself down to sink to the bottom of the ocean. This is not a suicide attempt, but a family reunion.
Father?
Henry, what have you done?
I said I'd find you.
Look at me, son.
You saw that right. We're following up on Will and Elizabeth's kid from the post-credit scene from Pirates 3.
Don't you see I'm cursed to this ship?
That's why I'm here. The Trident of Poseidon can break your curse.
The trident can never be found. My curse will never be broken.
Pirates 3 told us that this only happens to sailors on the Dutchman if they shirk the sacred duty of the ship.
Will was usually the upstanding moral character of this series, and this raises some interesting questions about his integrity that the film will most likely never address.
This is my fate. You must let me go.
Cut to years later, Henry is on board a ship heading into the Devil's Triangle, which he warns the captain to avoid.
Trust in what I say. Change your course.
You dare to give me orders, boy?
Arrest him!
Jack Sparrow. He's dead.
Well, then I guess a bunch of commercials for this film are lying to us. The British are attacked by the series' latest variety of the undead, a crew of ghosts led by Captain Salazar.
For too many years, the Triangle has cursed us, condemned us to this hell on earth. The key to our escape is Jack Sparrow, and the compass which he holds. Relay a message from Capitan Salazar. Tell him, death will come straight for him.
On the island of St. Martin, we meet Karina Smith, imprisoned because of sexism.
Oh, I'm sorry. Witchcraft.
I am a woman of science. I confess that I have survived on my own, with nothing but a diary from a father I never knew. And I confess that while we've been talking, I picked this lock.
Then, at a bank's grand opening, we see the not-so-dead Jack Sparrow.
This may seem a peculiar request, but could someone explain to me as to why I'm here? I've got it! I'm robbing the bank!
Shoot him!
Depending on the weight, I just wonder how many horses it would take to actually do. her mind.
Karina slips into his shop where she finds...
Okay, that's just rude.
There's a blood moon coming. I simply need to purchase the chronometer. I'll pay you double for selling to a woman.
A strong, independent woman wants to buy my stuff for twice the price! Jack slips through as well and gives her a hand.
You need to scream.
After one final stunt demolishes the building, Jack and his crew claim their spoils. Sensei! The vault door was wide open, so yeah, losing some money was inevitable. But a lot of the money should have gotten stuck behind this metal obstruction.
Face it, Jack. Bad luck dogs you day and night.
Not to mention excessively exaggerated hijinks.
You've lost your luck.
You've lost your ship.
Now, you've lost your crew.
Not Marty, he just got back to the franchise.
In disguise, Karina meets Henry in a hospital and offers him an alliance.
I need to get off this island to solve the map.
No man can read. Left by Poseidon himself.
This is the diary of Galileo Galilei. He spent his life searching for the trident.
So you're saying the map no man can read is hidden in the stars?
It was left to me by my father.
Right before getting captured.
He's gone, sir!
Find that coward. He'll hang with the witch.
With no crew, no ship, and his compass not being of any comfort, Jack trades away his compass for a drink, despite having a gold coin tucked away.
Jack Sparrow has given away the compass.
This didn't ever happen when...
What's this for? Think like me, and I'll come to you. This will lead you to freedom, mate.
Because...
It was borrowing, not betrayal? Immediately after, Jack is arrested, Salazar begins his rampage, and the blood moon allows Karina to read her map. How convenient that she's allowed to keep the journal while she's on death row.
To release the power of the sea, one must divide. Stars lead to an island.
Henry disguises himself as a redcoat and finally meets Jack.
Well, today's your lucky day. Because I just happen to be Captain Jack Sparrow.
No, it can't be. I've spent years searching for this.
Is he a projection of people who waited all these years to get this for a sequel?
One more thing. A message from someone you know, named Captain Salazar.
What did he say?
He said your compass was the key to his escape. An army of dead are coming straight for you, Jack. The Trident of Poseidon is your only hope.
The next person drawn into this mess is Captain Barbossa. I was kind of hoping Barbossa was done with this aesthetic.
Well, at least he's not working for the British anymore. Besides, he's rich. Why not enjoy it, right?
It's your ships, sir. They're being attacked. They've been sunk by a captain called Salamander.
Samovar.
Salazar.
Barbossa meets with a witch, a real one this time. She delivers exposition.
The trident is Jack's only hope. The dead are conquering the sea, unable to step on dry land. Betray the compass, and it releases your greatest fear.
How did you get this?
I have my ways.
And an ominous warning.
Is this treasure worth dying for?
I'm a pirate. Always will be.
And that's it.
After a Paul McCartney cameo,
Uncle Jack! Jackie boy!
The oceans have turned to blood. Best to stay on dry land where it's safe.
I'm about to be executed on dry land.
Good point.
Jack is led to his execution with Karina.
Shouldn't they cut Jack's hair first?
Historically, it's done to ensure a clean cut, and his dreadlocks are very thick.
Henry leaps into action, with some assistance. Cue the outlandish physics. The quips.
Then I bestow upon you the honor of saving me, for a small donation.
You expect us to pay you to save you?
For a mere 2 pieces.
We won't pay more than 5.
Well then, 8 it is.
And the snappy innuendo.
Perhaps we could discuss this later, as I'm having trouble hoisting your port.
You are far from port, that is my stern.
Are you sure?
positive.
If you love the Pirates of the Caribbean series, this is probably doing the trick for you. The crew sails for the Trident, holding Henry and Karina captive. That's pirate gratitude for you. Karina has the map within her journal, so Jack bluffs her into agreeing to help them.
Sorry! If he's lucky, he'll drown before the barnacles shred him to ribbons.
That diary will lead me to a map hidden in the stars. Let him up. I'll find it tonight.
As I said, blushing.
Jack hasn't been smooth or clever for the duration of this movie, but here, well played.
Next, the British visit the witch character.
He was looking for Jack Sparrow, the same pirate who saved a witch from the gallows.
She's no witch.
But you are.
So you knew Karina wasn't a witch, but you're gonna execute her anyway. You, sir, are a special kind of sexist imbecile.
You're going to read that wall for me, or you will die. The British Empire will have the Trident and rule the sea.
So just in this scene, we've witnessed this film's two weakest elements.
The underdeveloped witch character is used in 2 scenes for important exposition and absolutely nothing else. Then there's the British, that now feel like they're just a minor nuisance.
That's especially disappointing because this series has accomplished both archetypes well before.
Shameful.
Henry is shown up by Jack, much like his father in the first film.
I will break my father's curse.
Next time you raise a sword, boy, be the last to die.
Then Jack gives him terrible girl advice.
Never pursue her sister. If you cannot avoid the charm of a sister, kill the brother. Savvy?
No, I do not savvy.
All of my favorite jokes in this franchise are like this, just nonsensical enough to be hilarious.
Meanwhile, Barbossa cuts a deal with Salazar to help him find Jack by sunrise. Then, via flashback, we learn Salazar's backstory, a man with a personal vendetta against pirates, keen on wiping them out.
There's no mercy.
This compass points towards what you want most. Never betray it.
Looks like someone lost track of the lore again.
The compass you barter from me, it cannot lead you to this?
In any case, Jack lures Salazar into the Devil's Triangle, decimating the ship.
He took everything from me and filled me with rage and pain.
For all the people who have wanted Jack Sparrow dead, this is honestly one of the more rational reasons for it.
Their ship is found, which puts Jack in the hot seat.
No, the dead were never part of this deal. Kill them all. Kill me, and I'll be dead. And then the other dead won't be able to have their revenge against me.
Which will anger them even more. He's right.
That's right.
Are all pirates this stupid?
Fair point, but that statement is kinda logical, you gotta admit. Of course, then Jack suggests that they do this.
Mutiny. You had to suggest a mutiny.
For how supposedly offensive Jack finds mutiny, he deals in it quite a bit. Their rush to dry land is accompanied by another outlandish but cool action scene. Karina reacts to these supernatural realities in a way that's both somewhat realistic and pretty funny to watch.
They're unable to step on land. I knew that, though. Karina! I have no time to chat because my map's just run away.
I will be waiting for you.
As luck would have it, Jack knows the people on the island.
It's time to pay your debt.
Royce, let's get on with this.
No, why? Why would we
You make an honest woman of her, Jack. Congratulations. It's your wedding day.
But Barbossa intervenes.
Jack, we meet again. But I've come for the Trident of Poseidon. And with it, I'll gut the dead that stole my command of the sea. No vessel can outrun that wretched hull of a ship. But there be one, Jack. The fastest ship I know, the Pearl. Trapped in that bottle by Blackbeard 5 winters ago.
5 years? I'm surprised Jack's crew had that kind of patience.
He's coming! He's coming! He's coming!
Hey, Steven. It's water broke.
You are on thin ice, my friend.
The Black Pearl grows back to its proper size. Barbossa then takes command, and he discusses the map with Karina.
Where did you get that from, Missy?
This diary is my birthright. Left to me on the steps of a children's home. Along with a name and nothing else.
What be you called?
Brightest star in the north gave me my name.
That would be Karina.
Karina Smith.
Okay, forget the first name thing. Barbossa has a daughter.
You know, I actually think they announced this somewhere during the development period, but I completely forgot about it by the time this movie came out. It's certainly one of the more unexpected plot points, and yet again makes Barbossa the most interesting character in this franchise.
I summoned as much honor as a worthless blackguard ever could. I placed the infant in an orphanage, never to see her again. I never imagined she'd take those scribblings and make a life of her own. Life that's led her back to me.
Suddenly, Salazar catches up to them.
Well, so much for the Black Pearl's legendary speed.
To be fair, the other ship is a ghost. And now we interrupt this epic action to remind you what Jack's crew is up to. Being captured by the British.
We will beat your captain to death until he reveals where they're heading.
And then trying to escape.
We had something sharp. I can pick that lock.
Keep still, you Bill's rat!
Captain! Oh, please, I don't want to be captain anymore!
That's just gross. And I would like to get back to the main storyline, please. Well, would you look at that? The damsel in distress is a dude. How progressive.
Their heading leads them to a rock formation that glows with sunlight, replicating the star patterns on Karina's journal.
This is a highly improbable geological formation, but it is rather pretty to look at.
For my father.
I do it for him.
Salazar is left with a desperate option.
Once you possess the living, there's no coming back. You will be trapped in his body forever.
The trident will set me free.
Correction. They're left with an option they should have been taking advantage of much earlier.
Think about it. First we learn ghosts can't step on land. Our characters have a source of safety. Then have them possess a bunch of nameless characters. Now nobody is safe anymore.
And if the ghosts are very sneaky about it, then the characters wouldn't be able to tell who's possessed at any given moment. So then who do you trust?
I know, all this potential.
Wasted!
Possessing Henry's body, Salazar fights Jack. Karina grabs the trident, but Salazar intercepts. Now I get it. You've waited decades to get revenge. You want to savor it.
Patience. Enjoy it.
But in the interest of succeeding, villains really should just get to the point.
This is where the tale ends.
With Jack cheating death yet again, you'd think Disney wants to keep Johnny Depp around for future installments. Yeah.
Karina and Henry figure out a riddle from earlier in the movie.
If the trident holds all the power, then
every curse is held inside.
break the trident and you'll break every curse at sea.
Oh, awesome. That way everyone could get a happy ending.
Don't let her slip!
Was a pleasant thought.
But at least Karina finds out her heritage.
Who am I to you?
Treasure!
And then this happens.
Hold on! Hector!
No! The first movie, he was the antagonist. Him dying was fine. But they brought him back for movies 3 and 4, and he had an awesome presence in them. Then this movie adds interesting sympathetic layers to the character, and now he gets killed off for good? With admittedly good foreshadowing.
Is this treasure worth dying for?
Well, I guess that means they did a decent job with the character if I'm upset that he's gone.
For a moment, I had everything, Henry. Now it's all gone again.
It's not all gone, Miss Smith.
My name is Barbosa.
With all the curses broken, Will Turner returns to his son.
Henry. Yes, well, let me tell you a tale. A tale of the greatest treasure known to man.
That's a tale I want to hear.
Wait, is Elizabeth here too? Yes! I know these characters are kind of basic, but it's really cool to see them all together again.
Would have been even cooler if Elizabeth didn't show up in one of the international trailers.
They did that?
Yep.
Thank God I didn't see that one then.
What a truly revolting sight.
Make way!
That's it?
You'd think after 20 years of these characters being separated, there might be something for them to talk about.
I know that's something I would like to see.
The movie ends with the crew assembled on the Black Pearl, Jack at the helm.
What be our heading, Captain? We shall follow the stars, Master Gibbs. Aye, aye, Captain. I have a rendezvous beyond my beloved horizon.
There's also this post-credit scene, but yeah, probably not going anywhere. So that was Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. This being my third time watching the movie, I'm willing to boost my rating from 6.5 out of 10 to 7. Several individual moments, as well as aspects of the characters and story, clicked into place for me in ways they didn't the first 2 times. I also seem to have more fun watching it this time. Ironic, since these reviews are usually designed for close scrutiny of a movie. In any case, I appreciate this film a bit more than I did when it was released.
Me personally, I had a much better time watching this movie than the fourth one.
The characters, action, and the humor are better. And maybe I'm feeling nostalgic because the original characters are connected to it, but the story felt more impactful and worth telling. It's not perfect for sure, but I think the movie did a good job executing the things it wanted to do.
But make no mistake, those imperfections deserve examination. For instance, the story continues to ignore established continuity from the previous movies. The origin of Jack's compass forgets where the second movie says it came from. The giant bag of ships Jack and Gibbs collected at the end of the fourth movie, gone without a mention. Will honorably serving the Dutchman's noble purpose, now it's turning him into a fish monster.
I'm sure for many, these things are easily ignored. But it's harder for us to do that when the main storyline would have changed dramatically if they were properly acknowledged. We're not trying to nitpick, just pointing out that a story ultimately works better when its moving pieces are used in the way they need to be. When this doesn't happen, a movie ends up with contradictions, missed opportunities, and elements that don't leave as strong of an impact.
And those, dear viewers, are the primary focus of today's plot holes.
Why didn't Jack use the gold coin from the vault to pay for the drinks instead of the compass?
This speaks to Jack's emotional state. He's had bad luck, failed heists, and can't get back to sea because he can't figure out how to get the Black Pearl out of its bottle. Basically, he's hit rock bottom and the compass points to the thing he can't have. Therefore, it is useless to him at that moment. Emotionally, it's pretty good storytelling. Logically, he had a coin. Maybe it wasn't enough money, I don't know, but he had the coin.
How did Jack's crew return?
The minor recurring crew members appearing in this movie, Marty, Mulroy, and Murtaugh, were part of Barbossa's crew between movies 3 and 4, when he lost the Black Pearl to Blackbeard. So for them to be back, the Black Pearl needed to come back too. In theory, they could have jumped ship off screen before the attack and then returned at a later time. But Mulroy and Murtaugh are part of his crew in this movie, and Jack the monkey was stuck in the bottle with the Black Pearl. So these circumstances still feel a little inconsistent.
Why didn't Salazar's crew possess people so they could walk on land?
You got me, you got the boy, Jack.
This line could imply that while possessing a mortal body, these ghosts can be killed, and Salazar's crew is shown to be visibly concerned about possession.
You know the danger. Don't do it.
He has no choice. Jack is on land going for the trident.
Once you possess the living, there's no coming back.
So in addition to the problem of that's not my real body, they could be worried because possession comes with vulnerability. There's nothing in the movie that outright confirms this, but I think it's a pretty good theory.
Hey, I did your fancy entrance, now you gotta drive me.
You are far from hot, that is my stern.
Are you sure?
Positive.